Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of a new podcast approaches. I'm AntKeepsGaming. Haven't been here for a while. I'm back, baby. And with me as always...
And this is CNG Gamer from the Datalyzers. Welcome back to another new episode of a new podcast approaches. Okay, this is probably going to be my favorite episode by far. And not just that, we're also back from 2 weeks past because last week we were not here for New Year's, so I hope everyone had a great break. And we're here this week. Perfect. So I'll go ahead and introduce.
Hello, you wonderful people. WAHderfulGoldenStar here. Truly golden. The stars died, unfortunately, rather recently. But I must say, with AntKeepsGaming out of his hiding spot and CNJ giving his usual speech about this being his favorite podcast, I must say I'm excited to introduce our guest because this is a pretty big deal. We got SwitchStop Thomas.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Sorry, my phone's going
I thought it was a car alarm.
Okay, don't worry about it.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on. I'm super stoked to talk all things. I mean, Smash, Nintendo, and whatever you guys want. So I can't wait for the next, hour or so. This next episode.
Well, as I said, we was talking to you, Thomas, just before, and just saying like you're our biggest guest at the moment, so you hold the record of biggest guest we've had. So yeah, welcome and thank you taking time out your personal schedule for being here today and talking about like Smash and Nintendo stuff. To be honest, I don't even know what we're going to be talking about, but first I know what we're going to be talking about, and we're going to talk about SwitchStop Thomas and what you do. So as you told me a little bit about yourself before we started the podcast, but just let us know, what is SwitchStop? What's with the name? Where did you come from? Why did you start YouTube and stuff? This is what we need to know.
Of course. Okay, so SwitchStop. This is actually kind of funny. The name SwitchStop originates from me actually being lazy. The channel was originally called SwitchSpot, and I made like all the art for it. I made like the banner and whatnot, the channel banner, the channel icon, and then I looked up SwitchSpot on YouTube, and I realized that no one would ever be able to find my channel because like Nintendo uploads like these commercials for the Switch, and they're called TV spots. And so whenever you would look up SwitchSpot, that would always come up. So I just went into Photoshop and then dragged the S and the T and the P around to switch to SwitchStop because I didn't want to create all new art because I like somehow lost the original files. So that's where the channel name comes from. Generally, we just do like all sorts of like Nintendo Switch stuff. Currently, I'm anxiously waiting for Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. Can't wait for that game. It's going to be an absolute blast. I started YouTube just because I wanted to talk about, I think it was at the time, Mario Odyssey, and none of my friends are really big into Nintendo. They're more so into other like PC games or just not even video games in general.
I know the feeling, honestly. Like, yeah. It's my brother, and my brother's the complete opposite to me. He likes his Call of Duties and and games like that, and getting achievements on these Xbox and stuff. And I'm like, oh, Nintendo Mario, and he's like, nah.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of gotten to the point where any game is fine with me, except for like there's a couple that I just I will never understand. But like for the most part, I'm pretty much fine with any game. But the my heart will always lie with Nintendo. It's kind of what I started with, and obviously it's what I make content about, so it's what I care about the most.
Yeah, I mean, like, I like all Nintendo games and like Nintendo content. This is one of the reasons why we brought you on, because you like a lot of Nintendo related content. So stop me if I'm wrong as well. Just interrupt me. Just say, "Ant, you're wrong." I don't do that. just interrupt me.
Will do.
But yeah, no, it's amazing to have you on. So we knew a little bit about your channel. It was going to be called SwitchSpot, so which is quite interesting. So did any other names come to mind? Why did you choose SwitchSpot, and then what made you want to start YouTube as well, and the content you do? I know you said about like Nintendo content you would like to do, and as you said that your friends wasn't really into Nintendo content, but you are. So yeah, just a bit of that, really background on that.
Yeah, okay, so
sorry, am I putting you on the spot? I just feel bad.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I don't really recall why I wanted to be called SwitchSpot. It wasn't like a burning desire, like it has to be this. I think it was just kind of like the whole YouTube thing was a very like off the cuff idea I had. I've always been I've always considered myself like rather creative. I enjoy making videos, whether it's for YouTube or just like at home with my friends or with my sisters or whatnot. I just enjoy like making stuff that other people can watch. And then like I was starting school my freshman year of high school, I think, and all my friends just do not care or did not care at the time about Nintendo at all. I've managed to convert a couple of them, but they just did not care. And so I was like, okay, well, I have this new laptop that I got for school purposes, and I'm super excited about Nintendo. Why not just, make a channel for like a week, and then, that week turned into months and months into years, and now it's like it's what I do. But I mean, yeah, that's kind of the basis of that. And yeah, I mean, I just kind of make any sort of video that like interests me. I'm lucky enough to like not have to do this as a job because I still live with my parents, so I can just do whatever videos I want, and as long as they make me happy, I try and post them.
I mean, that's what I want to be one day, but obviously I haven't got the time, as I talked to you about when we first started the podcast. I haven't got the time to edit. I wish I had the time. I wish I was just a bit younger to have the time to edit and have all this good stuff, because even myself, when I was growing up, no, don't get me wrong, I love my dad, but he didn't get the PCs that I needed to do any sort of thing. So it's just kind of like, well, so I kind of missed on I probably would have started at the same time as PewDiePie. Whether or not I've been big as them, who knows? But it's a shame, but it's fine. I'm here now, streaming and stuff. So, all right. So, CJ, I know you was pretty happy to get SwitchStop on here. So don't forget, if CJ or WAH, you wanted us SwitchStops any questions, just jump in whenever you want to. I think there's other things as well. As I said, we're kind of more like a more Smash orientated podcast, new podcast approaches, new challenge approaches. So what is your opinions? Have you got any opinions on Smash or anything at all? I mean, like, what? Because obviously we're Smash. So what Smash did you start with? What got you into Smash? Are you just Smash is just there sort of thing? And if you do play it, who do you like playing as? Who's your main? Do you like the DLC? Sorry, so many questions.
No, I got you. That's a lot of questions. I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. I don't have a huge history with Smash, as many people do. I played Brawl for the first time at a friend's house. I thought it was pretty cool. But we played through Subspace. I don't think we ever actually just normally fought. We would just only play through Subspace, and then we would go into the stage creator, but I don't think like we ever fought on the stages we created. We would just make them because it was fun. Because of that, though, my main has always been Pit, just because that was one of the only characters he had unlocked in Subspace, and I thought he was funny. I knew absolutely nothing about Kid Icarus at the time, but I ended up loving Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS, so I kind of just kept Pit as my main. General opinions for Smash, Rayman. I want Rayman a lot. I think Rayman Legends is one of the most underrated games just out there. I think it's an absolute joy to play. And I just love Rayman. So I would love to see Rayman in Smash. I don't know how possible that is because I know he has a Spirit, but I don't think Spirit's deconfirmed fighters anymore because of Min Min, right? So I think it's possible.
I don't know. Was Min Min a Spirit? I'm not sure.
This is WAH for you.
They were.
This is
I don't
WAH.
know exactly.
This is WAH just being WAH, don't worry. But then, to be fair, you always get that one person, who says Spirit's deconfirmed? What did he say? I'm trying to think of that comment. I said, when did like Spirits didn't deconfirm? Something like that. It was on someone's YouTube channel, and they said like even when Min Min was released. And he said, someone said about another character, and they said, how can this character be a fighter? It's a spirit. But it's like, well, Min Min's been released, and she was a spirit. It said, that's not true, or something. Just kept arguing, which is just funny to me.
I feel like the Smash community is one of those places where people care about it so much, and they're so they're so passionate about it that it's one of those things where it can always anything can turn into an argument. So I feel like I'm always walking on eggshells when I'm talking to like the hardcore Smash fans, because you never know, man. You never know.
Well, we can tell you a few things about like our picks as well, if you really want.
Yeah, go for it. What is if you guys could choose the next fighter? What would you guys choose for the for Fighter Pass?
It depends. It depends on how you say it. Go on. Where?
Sorry, can I ask someone first? Because SpaceKing's saying he feels alright to join, so it's alright if we let him on.
Yeah, if you want. It's a bit late, but it's up to you.
We just started, so
it's up to you. I'll let you guys decide. If he's well enough, so.
Sorry.
That's right. So.
Of course.
Go on. Sorry, Thomas.
I was gonna say, of course, it's your guys' show. You guys.
It's just like I'm just following you guys.
I see no problem with it. But...
Yes, welcome everybody on the stream as well. Welcome Dan M, welcome Micro, welcome Dual Pixels, welcome Kabuto, welcome everybody. Yes, this is SwitchStop. Say hi, SwitchStop. This is him. He's here.
Hello. It's me, SwitchStop Thomas. It's the SwitchStop. No.
Yeah.
I can't even finish.
We've just got someone called Thomas and pretended he's SwitchStop. Okay, so to answer your question, what do you mean by this? Do you mean any character, or do you think who do we think it is, or choice?
Any character. Let's go with like a wish list sort of thing. Like if you were Masahiro Sakurai and you got to choose one, who would you choose?
I've only got 2. I maybe have 3, depending, because I've got one very underrated character nobody knows about, and you will know about this character, SwitchStop, and you will do a video on this. I'm joking.
Try me.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
well.
I said I'm an old person. I'm the days of PS1, Nintendo 64. There's no other character that should be in Smash and deserves to be in Smash. Oh god, I said the D word. Sorry, not deserves. I mean, would be good in Smash. Don't say deserves or should be or is it or more iconic. Do not say those words.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Marina Light-Years from Mischief Makers.
I cannot say I'm familiar with that, but I will do a quick Google search to familiarize myself.
To be fair, everybody comes on has never heard of Marina Light-Years.
And you'll be waiting light years for her to get into Smash.
Stop making me where. Anyway, and my pick who I want who's more realistic. I mean, it depends on what you say. How's it going, Low Laxo? Is Master Chief. I'm a big Halo fan. Halo Reach is one of my favourite games, and Halo overall is my favourite game series. Master Chief. I mean, I think I even put down the Master Chief collection completely just to play Master Chief and Smash all the time. So them are my picks. If we had to go more characters, I'd go like Metal Sonic and maybe Skull Kid.
You might as well go for 3. Because there's 3 spots left in the pack.
Oh well, okay, 3. Then Skull Kid would be another one, and then Metal Sonic would be another. So.
You went for 4.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Well, Marina is an underrated pick. That's never going to happen. So let's just be fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I could go even further and say Glover, but nobody.
I've heard of Glover. I've never heard of Marina Light.
Marina Light-Years. Marina Light-Years Mischief Makers is a niche game, so it wouldn't surprise me if you didn't. But there's a GoFundMe on Steam. It's called Double Shake, and it's kind of based off that, which is quite cool. Which bringing up, but yeah, Marina Light-Years Mischief Makers. That's who I'd like to have. My underrated pick, my overrated pick, if you call it that, or a realistic pick is Master Chief. So, and others, Metal Sonic, Skull Kid.
C&J, would you like to go next, or should I?
Whatever you want to do. Should I?
Knock yourself out.
Okay then. So I also kind of have 3 picks. One of them is probably someone you might have heard of before. Second, one that a lot of people are talking about, and 3 who is sadly just deconfirmed. The first one is. Please tell me if you actually know this character, Epic Mickey.
Oh my god, how can you
I do, of course.
Mickey Mouse, Epic Mickey? Come on.
Hold on, wait. You actually do?
Epic Mickey, yeah, I played on the Wii.
Let's go. Okay, no, I'm actually serious. Thank you so much for saying that, because that just completely makes my day.
I'm glad. Yeah, I had that. I actually played that with the same friend I played through on Brawl on his Wii. So yeah, I do remember we played Epic Mickey, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, and The Blob, and we would rotate between those 3 games.
Nice. Okay, whoever knew that the Epic Mickey for Smash account would actually find someone pretty big who actually knows about Epic Mickey. That is pretty rare. Yeah, he would be my underrated pick, and I would honestly love him a lot. The second one is Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fanatic, and I'm so sorry about it. Yeah. Because I made a theory a few months ago, how everyone was in, or for some reason in Smash. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's a long theory, so it's probably best not to go into it. The third character is Gino. Just deconfirmed, sadly, but
brutal.
Rip Papa Genos. No, we had Papa Genius in here many times. So when I did my reaction, I felt so bad for him. Honestly, really.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Especially the beginning of his new video. Beautiful.
Yeah. Where?
For me, well, the first two would be Waluigi and Isaac. Got to get the Camelot Bros in there. The third one, I would pick Gino, but I'm going to assume he's disconfirmed. Well, Gino paired with Mallow, to be more precise, but I'm going to assume he's out, so I'm going to say Shantae.
I would love to have Shantae, even though I haven't played a Shantae game.
Oh, Shantae, her music is amazing.
Yeah, the Smashified one they did of her song was amazing. So
Yeah.
I like that.
I especially love Dance to the Danger. Beautiful. I'm trying to recreate it. It's a little hard.
So was that all your picks? Where have you got more? Where?
No, I just said 3. I said I'm only going to say 3.
Okay, cool. No, sorry, so I was just letting people know on my Discord that we got SwitchStop. I don't know how many people watch SwitchStop, but I get him here. It's fine. So, so that's who I want. I've got a for Smash account on Twitter called Marina for Smash, or @Smash_Marina, which I'm trying to get, recognised. And it's really weird though, Thomas, because every day when I do like a daily thing, and so does WAH, and so does C&J here. C&J's Epic Mickey for Smash, and WAH, he's got 2, WAHderfulGoldenStar and WAHluigi for Smash, isn't it? Or is it at something else, WAH?
No, that's it.
Yeah, and we do daily tweets, but every time I do a daily tweet, it seems like more and more people starting to want Marina in Smash, and more people recognise her. It's really weird. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I know I know you could do me SwitchStop. I don't know if Brawlfan watches you, but you could tell Brawlfan. Can you say to Brawlfan, can you make a moveset for Marina Light Years for me right now?
Okay, sure. Wait, who?
So it's Brawlfan 1. It's Brawl and then Fan, but the number 1. So Brawlfan 1. Can you make a moveset for Marina Light Years?
Okay, Brawl Fan 1. Can you make a moveset for Marina Light Years for AntKeepsGaming?
Yeah, thanks, man.
I don't know what I just said. Hopefully that wasn't like a Falcon and the Winter Soldier type code word that activated something crazy. I have no idea, but yeah, hopefully that's.
So basically, it's a character I want him to do. He's done literally a lot of characters he does moveset stuff for, and he said he will only do Marina Light Years if he gets a big enough following. Now, if I send that to him, hopefully he can do it.
I don't know if that counts.
Either way, it's just a good joke. So, so I still want to know more about you. It's like, I heard you enjoying your content and stuff like this. But what is, and I said I checked your channel out earlier, and I saw your thumbnails and stuff. What is I'm trying to how can I put this? I'm very good. I'm terrible with words. What is the sort of content? I know you're going to say Nintendo, but I mean, what is the content you more enjoy editing? So I know you do it, obviously Mario stuff, but do you like doing? Because I see you've done reactions. I've seen you've done other stuff. What is the stuff you enjoy, or do you just enjoy it all?
Well, I enjoy a lot of it, but in particular, I find myself most passionate about the concept trailers I do. So I'll take a game that either doesn't exist or new content for a game, and make a concept trailer for it, or in some cases even a whole concept direct, which is a big undertaking. But and just stuff like that, because it's sometimes when the final product comes out and I'm really proud of it and it looks like something something somewhat similar to what Nintendo would put out. That's just a really satisfying feeling, because it's very different from your average YouTube video, whereas for a video I'll spend a couple hours on a video that is 8 minutes or 10 minutes, but then for one of these trailers I'll spend upwards of 10 hours on something that is less than 3 minutes. And so it's one of those things where you get to really know every frame of what you're making, and it's really just a concentrated burst of your best work. And so that's why I'm super proud of those. But also, I've done some video essays in the past, and I'm not very good at them, in my opinion. It's one of those things that I'm going to try and improve this year, because I guess similar to you, I feel like I can never enunciate what I'm trying to say in an eloquent manner. But
I'm the same, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, that's those are the two that I'm kind of most proud of, is the concept trailers and the video essays. But I just like branching out, doing different types of content. Like eventually I want to make a channel that is not Nintendo related, because I care about a lot of, like, I would love to do like movie reviews or game reviews for other games, or like just random funny videos, that like random skits or stuff that I think is funny, that, you know, wouldn't fit on a channel that is like kind of a more generic Nintendo Switch like news channel sort of thing. But I mean, yeah, that's the overall like hierarchy of the content I care about the most, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, you're the same as me. Instead of doing like movies, though, I would like to do, because like I didn't want, when I first started my channel, I didn't want to just stay at like one thing. I wanted, well, first of all, I did like something called Agario. I don't know if you heard about that. I did Agario, Mario Maker, and Amiibo training. I did all those throughout my whole career on YouTube. Got me to a certain point, and I'm thinking, right, now I'm at a safe point, which I thought I was. I want to branch out and do other games and stuff, because I don't want to just play Mario Maker all the time. I don't want to just play Smash all the time. I'm not one of these YouTubers that do just one type of content. I want to branch out, do other games and stuff. So I know exactly how you feel, but gaming wise, I mean, movies haven't really entered my head. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a movie man myself, but I don't know about movie reviews and stuff myself. But I just love games so much. I've been playing games since I was 3 years old. I just love games. So, and and then I was thinking, like, if I could done a different game to my channel, that would bring different people from all walks of life of gaming to my channel, but that didn't work. So
yeah, YouTube is so weird, like the way that works, man. Like I find it so interesting to see what works on YouTube and what doesn't, and that's partially why, like, I'm not posting, because even though my channel is called SwitchStop, if I did it early on, I probably could have tried to pivot to other content. But it's just so weird and wacky the way it works, that I was never able to pull the trigger, and it's gotten to a point where now, like, I feel like the channel has gotten too big, that like if I just upload like a movie review or like a virtual reality thing, people will be like, what is he doing?
Yeah. I mean, it's all trial and error. You can just maybe just do one and see what it's like, but that's entirely up to you, whatever you want to do. So, but yeah, it's very, as you said, YouTube's really weird. It's like some stuff I've heard stuff throughout the years with YouTube. It's like I've heard stuff where do not put any other links in the description that can affect on how you grow, but I'm not quite sure if that's true. So apparently, if you have subscribed to YouTube, that's fine. But if you have like a Discord, Twitter, Twitch, or something in your description, that could actually make you lost in the algorithm, which I've heard. Another thing I've heard is changing your thumbnails. If you leave the thumbnails you've got and you just leave them, they can disappear. And they said it's a good idea to change your thumbnails every now and then. But then it's like, well, I ain't got time to like have 5 different thumbnails for like one video.
Yeah, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Like I've just kind of I've heard like variants of like the different like thumbnail things, and I know some YouTubers, like if a video isn't doing as well as it they would like right away, they'll change both the title and the thumbnail to something, you know, still somewhat related to the video. And okay, let me hang that up.
It's his manager.
Like they'll change it to something somewhat related, just so it kind of looks like it's a new video. Maybe they can like trick some people into clicking it again to try and boost that like watch time or whatever. But just like I love talking about YouTube. Like I find the algorithm and all that stuff so fascinating, and it's such an interesting like kind of game the way they have it set up. Like it's literally like they've gamified like.
Are you sure you're not my brother or something? Because it's just like me. I mean, I could talk to you about YouTube gaming for hours. I really could. Like, I'm the same sort of thing. Of like, how do you work the algorithm? I'm not just saying this because you're my guest. I really do find it fascinating myself.
Yeah.
So it's very. I'm glad that you said that as well. So it's kind of like something we can talk about, or something if you want in a spare time. Well, when you've got a minute, because I know you're a very busy person with your manager keep phoning you all the time.
Yeah, no, I would love to talk about it anytime. I find it so interesting. I'll give you some pointers and just stuff I've learned from.
Oh,
like,
please.
Please. I don't know. All my stuff is trial and error. Everything I do is self-taught. Like I've never taken a class on video editing or animation or Photoshop or YouTube or anything like that. It's all just trial and error and teaching myself. So I mean, I'm definitely not a connoisseur, but I'll try my best.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I've no idea about editing and stuff. I just I don't know about keyframes. I'm still learning about keyframes, which is a pain in the butt to do. I do not like keyframes at all. It's just annoying. I'm just trying to figure out what you said though. If you said something else, but I'll let someone else talk. Guys, don't let me do all the talking. I mean, CJ and Wah, you can talk if you want or ask some questions.
Switch. When did you spot the stop?
I guess I spotted the stop when some night in August 2017 while I was still setting up my channel, and I switched from spot to stop officially by dragging the P and the T and switching them around. I guess that would be my most adept answer to that question.
Alright, but when did you stop to spot?
Probably the same night. I stopped the spot and I spotted the stop. It was all in one sweeping motion.
Very poetic. As we can see, he clearly has a very high charisma.
Thank you. So I've been told. That's actually not true. I've never been told that.
Yeah.
You would be the first.
What do you mean? You've been told that? You have been told
True,
that.
yeah, you would be the first.
I think he's trying to put it back on you, Wah. So, you gone?
I'm usually the first. That was the end of the sentence. Anyway, I know CJ was trying to ask someone, and I just went in with my highly charismatic question. Guess you're trying to start CNJ.
Yeah, actually, is it okay if you come back to me? I'm trying to order the sentence correctly, so I'm not making mistakes.
That's fine. I've got another question actually. So when I checked your YouTube out earlier, I know you had a Twitter for PJ, and it's someone that works with you. How long have you known PJ, and what got
PJ,
you guys?
It's a very interesting story. Okay, so PJ is now. Luckily, I mean, PJ and I have just gelled phenomenally. He is now probably one of my closest I guess internet friends, if you call him that. Like, we talk pretty much every day because we run the channel together. But basically, when I was starting off YouTube, obviously I started very small, and I wasn't one of those channels that kind of started by growing off like other people, because I didn't really know anyone. I was very kind of soloing it.
Yeah.
Which I think has its has its pros and its cons. But then I really didn't collab with many people, but I did PJ did reach out to me. PJ ran a channel called Smashcast, which was a Smash Bros related podcast, not unsimilar to the one I am on right now.
Oh.
But he would. This was back for Smash Wii U days.
Wait, Smashcast?
Yeah, Smashcast.
Oh, I remember them. I used to watch them.
Yeah. So PJ and his friend AG ran that years ago, and as he was finishing, as that channel was kind of fading out and both of them were kind of losing interest, PJ just hit me up. He was like, want to do a collab? I was like, sure, because I had 1,000 subscribers at the time. This was a couple months into me doing YouTube, and he had 2,000, I think. And so I was like, yeah, okay, sure, why not? This would be a great way to grow the channel, and he seems like a cool dude. So we talked for a bit, we collabed, and then PJ essentially, he went off to college, I believe. He just kind of lost interest in YouTube. That channel kind of fizzled out. But we kind of kept in touch just throughout Discord or whatever, what have you. And then years later, when I not last, because I guess it's been over a year now. So September-ish of 2019, I hit up PJ. I was like, hey, man, I'm entering junior year of high school. I'm probably not going to have enough time to upkeep the channel to my liking. Would you like to come on and essentially co-run the channel with me and make videos alongside me? And that way I can, I'll have more time to work on the bigger projects I want to work on, because I won't have to do the smaller videos, and PJ can get back into YouTube, which I know is something he's always been interested in. He said sure, and luckily it really worked well. We hit it off, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. He works mad hard, and it's just great to have another person to run the channel with.
That's cool. I mean, welcome SpaceKing as well, by the way. I see you jumping in there. How you doing?
Hi, SpaceKing.
I've been terrible the last few days, in all honesty.
You didn't have to join, You could have got some rest.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I've been sleeping for the last 11 hours, so I had to get up at some point, but...
Okay, well...
I straight up didn't expect I'd get the chance to be on the podcast today, just because, I'm gonna be real with you, my alarm was, set for, 6 p.m.
Well,
it was just, I was just trying to get as much sleep as possible, but...
That's cool.
Just
Well,
woke up, saw the podcast was going on. I was like, okay, I'll try and get in here. But if I'm gonna do this, I need to do this right. So.
well, SpaceKing, this is Thomas.
So like I tested my voice to see if it's like terribly hoarse, and thankfully no. At least I don't think. I went to go get spare tissues. I went to get a bucket in case I barf. Like
Nice.
I
Boy.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better, man.
So
I got
SpaceKing.
tested for the air quotes human malware, and I'm still waiting on the results for that. I had every intention before I got sick of being on this episode when I heard that it was SwitchStop.
Well, SwitchStop's here, so Thomas is here.
I've never personally heard of the guy, but I knew it was our biggest show, biggest dude ever. So
biggest dude.
Biggest dude ever. That's my new Twitter bio. Biggest dude ever.
Biggest dude ever. I love it. Well, SpaceKing, this is Thomas. Thomas is SpaceKing. So
nice to meet you.
SpaceKing, biggest dude ever, SpaceKing.
Yeah.
And also, especially because Ant was coming back, because I'd missed the dude because he hasn't been on our podcast in like 2 months.
Yeah.
He came because he loved you, Ant.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, SpaceKing. But anyway, yeah. So we were just talking about SwitchStop and his friend PJ and how he got into chat, which is very fascinating to me because it's kind of like how. I don't want to keep saying stuff because you might just think I'm just saying it, but I'm really not. It's just how similar that when I started YouTube, I had like a bunch of friends. I had like there's like three of us, and we was all like 1,000-ish subscribers, and we was like helping each other out, doing some collabs and stuff. And that did actually help us out until like one of I don't like talking bad about people, but then one of them became so big that every time I wanted to collab, I said, "Oh yeah, that's great. You're like, you got like 9,000 subscribers. I'll collab with you. It'd be help if you can help us out because we've done collabs so many times." And all of a sudden they just stopped replying to my collabs. I'm like, okay, why is that? It's just like some people just get big and just forget you, or it's just really frustrating, just to leave your friend behind like that. But it's good that it's good that you've got a friend and your online friend PJ to help you guys, but you guys doing stuff together as well.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really happy with where the channel's at right now. It's grown beyond my wildest expectations. So it's really something special.
Yeah, I'm so glad when somebody starts from like really little to then get so big. I'm so happy for you, dude. Honestly, the biggest,
Thank you, man.
the biggest dude ever.
Of course, I mean you know me. Biggest dude ever.
Welcome, Scotty. Yes, SwitchStop. This is SwitchStop. Yes, everyone's saying it's SwitchStop. SwitchStop's here and stuff like that. Yeah, it's definitely SwitchStop.
I just commented in the chat. I said perfect attendance on the podcast, bros, by some miracle.
So, what about you, SpaceKing? Because you've just joined, or don't forget, CNJ, you had a question as well to ask SwitchStop. Just let us know, or just let SwitchStop know if you've got any questions.
Yeah, what was your question, CNJ, ma?
Yes, I wrote it down here. Okay. Did you change?
Excuse me.
It's alright.
Okay, it's okay. Did you change from Switch Spot to SwitchStop when you lived in the Spot in Kingdom Hearts 2?
I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, so I cannot even answer that. Like, I cannot even attempt to answer that question. I will say I literally can't say anything. I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game, so.
I know, like, it was a joke because I just wanted to take like words from Switch Spot and SwitchStop and just randomly put them wherever I want, so it kind of sounds like a tongue twister in a funny way.
Gotcha. It's like a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
See, I'm thank God for that. I have a guest that hasn't played Kingdom Hearts. Thank God for that.
Can't say that I have.
The Kingdom.
It's the thing is, it's every time we get a guest, it's like CJ said, "Have you played Kingdom Hearts?" or a reference Kingdom Hearts, and they start talking about. Don't get me wrong, I love the enthusiasm and I don't mind Kingdom Hearts, but when it's like every single time, it just gets on your nerves. And I've just started playing free. I haven't really finished it or anything, so.
I've never even touched a Kingdom Hearts game.
I'm trying to, but getting it slowly.
I'm scared of C&J if I do stop playing them.
And just to answer Dead Prince's question, don't listen to SwitchStop. You subscribe to him. Everyone else go to subscribe to him. His links are in the description. You go to it. You follow him on Twitter. You do all that good stuff. You ring the bell. You like every single one of his videos, and you do it right now, as I said so. Every single one.
Some of those older videos are pretty cringy.
That's fine. Like him anyway.
And remember, in all of his videos, comments, hey, the biggest guy here, the biggest guy, the new podcast approaches got us to subscribe to you. Maybe the other person in SwitchStop should also come on as a guest.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually kind of funny. I have something kind of funny about that. When you said everyone should go comment, I kind of had like a mini like PTSD flashback because I still have every single comment I've ever gotten on my YouTube channel, like even until today, I get as a notification on my phone through the YouTube Studio app. I'm yet to turn that feature off because I love to see what people say about me, you know, whether it's good or whether it's bad. Just always good to incorporate feedback. Of course,
I'm just going to put that to a test. 1 second. I'm going to put that to a test right now.
I literally will see it. I can guarantee you I will see it.
Quick, before he turns it on.
But yeah, it's if like when I put out a video and it does like really well, or like just gets a lot of comments if I say something stupid and people are trying to you know, I don't know, just figure something out. I literally put my phone away because I cannot. It will not work because there's just too many comments, which is a blessing and a curse, I guess. And a new podcast approaches just commented, "We liked the video" in all caps with an exclamation mark. So there's your proof.
Thank you, Micro, for the telling me to relax.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You sit back and relax. That's why they're here. But yeah, I think that's the thing. Like thinking it, if you did get that far, and like especially myself, like you get tons of comments each video or live stream you do, you're going to be on your phone all the time because you'll be wondering what each comment would say.
Yeah, it's a good exercise of just like learning how to not care because like at the end of the day, like I enjoy the videos I make and I'm so grateful that like other people enjoy them too. But if other people don't enjoy it, like and like for some reason a video gets like more dislikes than usual, like at the end of the day, it's not really gonna like affect me that much. I'll join. You know, I'll join a call with my boys and start playing like Rainbow Six Siege like normal, or start doing whatever. I mean, it's not the end of the world. So it's one of those things where it's like it's good to get positive feedback and it's good to get negative feedback. But then when it starts becoming unconstructive, like I've just learned to like not really care at all.
I mean, I'll tell you about growing as well. That was the other thing I was going to mention to you about growing and stuff. I mean, I got shouted out by someone that had over 500,000 subscribers and I didn't grow at all.
Yeah, it's weird with the way shoutouts work. I've always been fascinated by that. I think one of the reasons why is because do you mind me asking who it was who shouted out your channel or your stream?
Yeah, it was Marasu.
Well, what type of content do they make?
It's like FNAF like stuff more than anything, but it does do Nintendo stuff. I could send you a link right now if you wish.
Gotcha. Okay. You don't do like FNAF stuff, or did you at the time?
Well, no. I played Animal Crossing the same time he played Animal Crossing, and basically he shouted me out. I even done a video on it, and when I said I said to him like I know it means nothing to some people, but it means a lot to me, and I thanked him on Twitter. And not only did he shout me out, but he liked the comment I said on Twitter too.
Yeah, so
I
think some of the reason that might be that it didn't help you grow that much is like sometimes when I'm curious about like something about YouTube, I try and just put myself in like the mind of the viewer. So like if I'm watching like a channel for primarily Five Nights at Freddy's related content and then they shout out like an Animal Crossing channel, I don't know how big of the overlap there is between like Animal Crossing fans and Five Nights at Freddy's fans. So it's one of those weird things where like shoutouts, I really don't think they help as much as people think, unless it was like, you know, if you're playing Animal Crossing and then like I don't know, what's a really big Animal Crossing channel? A really big Animal Crossing channel shouts you out, then that would probably have much more of an effect numbers wise, because the people who watch that Animal Crossing channel would be more likely to enjoy your content, to stick around and to give you a shot rather than the random Five Nights at Freddy's people.
Yeah, because it was really good because we was both streaming Animal Crossing, and then somebody just said, "Can you shout this person?" And they did, and I was like, "Oh, thanks," but obviously no growth at all. And it's like, I mean, it's worth a shot, you know. But I was
Yeah,
like,
sure.
"Is this my channel just been like quarantined or something?"
Let's be honest. That Five Nights at Freddy's and Animal Crossing are both the same game. They both center around furries.
Which is no problem with, to be honest. So, but yeah, that was the other thing I wanted. Anyone else got any questions or anything? Or is this something, SwitchStop, I'm being so selfish, is there anything that you want to talk about Nintendo related? I don't mind, literally, as you said, what we talk about.
I'll talk about whatever. I mean, I'm here to answer questions if you guys have more, but anything Nintendo related, I can think of some questions for you guys if you don't have any.
I have a question.
Well, I was gonna say something.
Go for it,
You guys-
SpaceKing.
go first,
Okay, I was gonna ask, what is your all-time favorite Switch game, and when did you realize it was your favorite?
That's a good question.
That is a good question. So I guess this is a cheat answer, so this doesn't count as my actual one. But my all-time favorite Switch game releases in a month and 4 days.
Ooh.
Being Super Mario 3D World plus
That's
Bowser's
it,
Fury,
yeah.
because even though we don't know anything about what Bowser's Fury is, just knowing the base game of 3D World, I know that will be my favorite because I'm obsessed with that game in an unhealthy degree. But my actual current favorite Switch game, I'm gonna hit you with a two-part answer. The Switch game that I could play the most is definitely Splatoon 2. I think just the amount of content in that game is ridiculous, and the moment I realized that was playing through the Octo expansion for the first time, because it was at that point where I was like, okay, this game now has like an insane amount of maps, a ridiculous amount of weapons, a super dope campaign that I played through and completed, and now this awesome DLC campaign that is like completely different and like separate. Like, okay, now like there's so much content here that I could just play this for hours and hours, and I think I have like 355 hours in that game, something like that. But then the Switch game that has the most like fond memories for me is 100% Super Mario Odyssey. It's like kind of what birthed my channel in a way. Like I made like Odyssey speculation videos when I first started, and I enjoyed Odyssey. I really liked it. I think partially like I had such high expectations that it was just impossible for it to live up to them. But like I was absolutely floored when I first played Odyssey, and I still love it like to this day. I think it's amazing.
Oh, those are some good options. I guess I'll just share with me for what my favorite was. For the longest time, it was Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That was just because that was the game that convinced me to buy a Switch when they had the presentation, because the first Xenoblade is actually my favorite game of all time. And then the first Xenoblade got a remake, and now the crown has been returned.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's
Monolith Soft has been. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say those are good options. I'm not super big into Xenoblade. I just haven't like had the chance to play much. But my sister loves all things Xenoblade. So yeah, just good choices there.
Yeah. For me, it's like I always just get super attached to the adventures that they go on in those games, because like Tetsuya Takahashi, he's described with the development philosophy behind those games. Like he starts with crafting a world and then attaches everything there afterwards, and it's absolutely like the man's a visionary. Like with just how creative things get in his games worlds, and I'm down for it, like every minute of it. So yeah, I love it. And I think the moment that I realized 2 was my favorite was just it was around chapter 3 of the game. Just some crazy stuff happens in the lore, like a big swerve that I didn't expect, and I loved it. And after that point, I just had to marathon the game. I was done with it in like a week and a half. It's a huge game.
I think one of my favourite Switch games, and I bought it twice because I still had a Wii U and I didn't think I was going to get Switch anytime soon, was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think has been one of my best games on the Switch. I mean, as the same with you with Mario Odyssey, Thomas. When I first saw it, and you go onto that cliff and you saw the whole You know,
Oh, yeah.
it's just absolutely gorgeous. It's such a nice looking game. Yeah, the frame rate was down and stuff, but it was just such an amazing game. And I've played through it twice now, done all the DLC twice. So I'm not going to play it again.
I would say Breath of the Wild is probably the best game on Switch.
It is.
Like objectively speaking, I think my favorites I already mentioned Splatoon 2, Odyssey, but like from an objective like game design standpoint, some of the stuff that Breath of the Wild is able to do is like revolutionary, not just for Nintendo but for open world games as a whole, which is ridiculous because open world games have been oversaturated for the past like decade or so. But Breath of the Wild still feels unique, so I have to give her props for that.
Yeah, I mean,
Prince says in the chat, Bayonetta 2 is the best game for the Switch. Fight me. You know what? I'd accept that too, considering that Bayonetta 2 is probably the single greatest character action game ever made.
never played it. And what she said, Xenoblade, and see, Breath of the Wild, yeah, definitely. I got that twice. I said like I was still on a Wii U. And I didn't think it was a Switch, got Switch, and then I got that.
I did too.
But then, what other games? I mean, obviously, there wasn't many games that first came out the Switch. That's what everybody was saying about. But obviously, Smash now, which is great. Super Mario Maker's been good. Odyssey, yeah, definitely good. Great Mario game. And then we got the 3D collection was amazing. Oh, Mario 64, yes, just yes. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Some other great ones for me, like the chat said, Bayonetta, Fire Emblem Three Houses. Like, I spent 400 hours in that game getting all the endings. Luigi's Mansion 3. I didn't even think we were gonna get a third game, and I was super happy when we did. I'd say I also really liked. SwitchStop here said Super Mario Odyssey. It felt like I was playing my childhood again with Galaxy, and that was a great experience. Because I had just been waiting for a return to form for 3D. It's not to say that 3D World is bad, absolutely not. It's just that it wasn't at all what I expected. Okay. Like I'm absolutely going in and diving in again with Super Mario, the 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. But like, I just have a different set of expectations when it comes to 3D Mario, and Odyssey managed to hit all of those check marks for me, and I loved it.
What you going to say, where?
All I was going to say is I'm kind of sad that Mario 3D World always overshadows 3D Land.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like 3D Land didn't like. It wasn't revolutionary as
I know it wasn't, but it's the game I'm nostalgic to as well. So
of course, yeah, then that makes sense.
So if you're ready to say that, I don't care.
You know what? I just realized. Between me and SwitchStop's options here, we have to admit that Monolith Soft is the MVP of the Nintendo Switch because they made both Xenoblade games. They made Splatoon 2, and they made Breath of the Wild. So
did Monolith help out with Splatoon 2?
Yes. They have 4 development divisions. The Tokyo branch, which is responsible for the Xenoblade games, and then they have the Kyoto branch, which actually is on development assistance for Nintendo.
Yeah. See, I knew they helped out with Animal Crossing too, I think.
Yeah, they did Animal Crossing, they did Splatoon 2, they did Octo expansion, and they did Breath of the Wild. And actually, Monolith's Tokyo branch also helped in Breath of the Wild as well.
Gotcha.
And going back to the Splatoon thing you said very quickly, I did Splatoon 2, but I did something called my custom Splatfest. I did tea versus coffee, Coke versus Pepsi, Xbox versus PlayStation. And
PlayStation, you would never see that on Nintendo.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I did it. I was going to do like Mario versus Sonic as well, another one. I mean, I played it for a bit.
I'm pretty sure Nintendo would copyright strike you for that.
Nah. It's all promotion. It's got Mario in it.
Speaking of copyright, don't bring up anything from Shueisha. They've been going on a copyright purge, going as far as copywriting fan art and people's profile pictures on Twitter.
Oh, really?
Oh. Can I say my favorite game now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm going to be one of the most basic people here, but it's also the game which I know what I'm not going to get.
Excuse me.
Oh, God.
You're right there. It's gonna be for me, shock of the century, Smash Bros. But this one I'm gonna say, Smash Bros. Is a game that actually got me back in the game. And Smash Ultimate, I mean.
This is why we're all here, really, isn't it?
I was falling out of gaming because basically I wanted a Switch, couldn't afford one, and I was just getting fed up of it, so I just was beginning to fall out. And Smash pulled me right back in. Everyone in here was like, I believe one or over the first or second time I've ever cried because of a game. Because Smash is a series which I hold close to my heart. And then this is the historical story of how I got Smash Bros. Like a year before I owned a Switch. So that cartridge was just sitting there next to me for like around a year or a half year or something before I even owned a Switch.
I was hoping, like, the year that Smash Bros came out, I was hoping to get it like before October, but no, it didn't happen. And I was going to holiday in America in October, and it's like no, it's this December. It's like no, because I could have played something in October. Why did you have to bring it out in December? So I wasn't happy about that. I was not happy.
But if I had to go away from the basic options, I've been playing a lot of games which I always missed out on. I've been playing through Devil May Cry. I've basically just got a good USB, micro USB, so I've been managing to download everything I had to constantly undownload. So I'm managing to play stuff like Resident Evil 4, the Escapist, Ukulele, and all these games I had to just miss out on because, as you know, Nintendo in the Wii U era, oh boy, they totally had a ton of exclusive, a lot of third-party support. People love that one.
Yep.
But you know what makes up for the Wii U with the lack of third-party support?
Excuse me.
You know what made up for all of it? It had 3D World, and that's all you need in life.
Yes, let's go. Have you guys played Katana Zero ever?
I've heard of it. I've heard it's a good game, and I've been recommended so many times, but I just haven't.
Yeah, I just played through it on PC, but I got it through Xbox Game Pass on PC, but then I bought it on Steam, and I might buy it again on Switch. Probably it's tied with Celeste for my favorite my favorite modern indie, I guess. It's just unbelievably fun. The gameplay is phenomenal, and the story is super interesting too.
Yeah, I've heard it a lot.
PC gang, rise up.
I listened to another podcast called Super Switch Heads, and they talk about like indie sort of games all the time. They talk about what did you say? Saying Katana. What did you say?
Katana Zero.
Yeah, Katana Zero. I was like, what? I couldn't remember the name. And then also Killer Queen Black is another one they recommend. Yeah, and it's really good because I've been on the podcast, a good bunch of guys, and they talk about indie games and stuff. It's really good to know, instead of the mainstream games, it's nice to know about some indie games as well. So, and I've got another game for you, SwitchStop. I recommended to some other people. It's called Grandia. It used to be a PlayStation 1 game, but they ported it to the Switch. It's very slow to get into, but once you're in it, it's pretty good. So I recommend that to you, Grandia HD collection. So,
I'll take a peep.
I'm ready for 80 hours of gameplay. Let's go. RPG. So, but yeah, did you have any questions for any of us? So we'll try and turn the roles around. So if you've got any questions for any of us that you want to talk about, or if there's something in particular, or any of you guys, C&J, SpaceKing.
All right, I'll try and think of a Nintendo themed question. Okay, here we go. So what is one, and I can start this off because I feel bad asking a question and immediately being like, answer this now. So I'll start it off because I already know what I want.
You just say that to C&J. That's how you say it to C&J.
All right. If you could have one game fully remastered for the Nintendo Switch from Nintendo's past, what game would it be and why? And I'll start this off with saying, for me, it is Masahiro Sakurai's probably most underrated game in my opinion. Ooh, well, there's actually two underrated games by Sakurai.
No, you said one.
First one I'll say is Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. I think that is Kid Icarus has the potential to be like Nintendo's Final Fantasy essentially. If they played their cards right and made more Kid Icarus games, the production value on Uprising is absurd for a 3DS title. The graphics look still really good. The music is unbelievable. The story is super funny and witty, with Pit making tons of like third party, or not third party, I don't know why I said that, fourth wall breaks. Like, it's just an absolute blast. And there's online multiplayer too, which was actually really fun when people, used to play that. The other game that I just thought of while I was saying Masahiro Sakurai directed titles that are not Smash Bros. Is Kirby's Air Ride on the GameCube. Another phenomenal kart racing game. Or I don't know if it qualifies as kart racing, but it's a phenomenal racing game, and the city trials mode in that is some of the most fun I've had local multiplayer ever. It's like a open world Mario Kart battle royale.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, no, I think I've seen a trailer or a screenshot somewhere of it. Yeah, I've seen gameplay of it.
It was on the GameCube, I think, right?
It is on the GameCube. Yeah, Kirby's Air Ride. It's basically it's like your kind of your standard Kirby-ish racing game, except there's this one mode called City Trials where essentially you get like a 5-minute period where you and the people you're playing with roam around this Grand Theft Auto style, like not actually Grand Theft Auto style,
Grand Theft Kirby.
It's like a big like open city,
That's it.
as open and big as a GameCube could have anyway. And there's like different sections to it, and you go around, and there are these different like
I'll be right back.
buffs and power ups. All right, there's different buffs and power ups spread throughout the city, and some of them will like make your turning go up or your max speed go up, or they'll give you like certain abilities and stuff. And then at the end you have a giant like showdown where, dependent on what power-ups you've been collecting this entire time for your car, you'll have the advantage in certain scenarios. It's just really fun. Like it's not like a deep gameplay experience. It doesn't have some crazy story, but it's just a fun game.
So you're telling me Grand Theft Kirby? That's the first
essentially,
thing.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Kirby, but also I'm starting to see I think you'd really like Kid Icarus, I think, in Pit.
Yeah, I mean, there's not many games there to like, to be honest. There's one on the NES, which I don't know. There's one on the Game Boy, which is but the 3DS one is phenomenal. So,
I'll go next in, and then C and J anywhere. With me, I mean, I've got a few, but I'll just do the main two, which you have to say. I know Ocarina of Time was kind of remastered of 3DS, but I'm talking about literally Breath of the Wild sort of graphics, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, 100%. If you want to go further, Luigi's Mansion, the first one, it'd be great to have that. There was another one, but I can't really think of. Maybe Pokemon Stadiums, that'd be good to have them. I told you, Nintendo 64 kid through and through.
Yeah.
So that'll be me. I can't think of any others really, but there was something else, but I can't really remember. So, about you, C&J?
I think I have two. One of them is a little underrated in the Mario Sports category.
Oh, he's gone. Where? You might have to take over.
I'm back.
Oh,
Actually, I just got back.
Welcome back. Do you want to go first, SpaceKing? Because I'm going to be nerdy, because I'll have to nerd out about what I'm going to say.
Okay, so what's the question again?
If you could remaster any game for the Switch, which one would you remaster? And I'm
For
pretty sure
Nintendo's library, yeah.
Yeah, it has to be a Nintendo.
The one that I had wanted for the longest time was Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and I got that.
You're selfish, no, I'm
And I also wanted to see Mario Galaxy in 1080p, and I got that. So back to back, I was very lucky last year. So
Hey Todd. I mean, to be fair, it's the same with me. Like, I wanted Streets of Rage, I got a Street Rage 4, and then I wanted Grandy on the Switch, got that as well. I'm like, I'm so lucky to have both of my games that I like on the Switch. It's been great. And the two I said, and the two I said the two remasters I wanted was Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So
that's those are some good choices. I guess for me then, I guess I would have to go with what SwitchStop here said, Kid Icarus Uprising remastered. I'd be down for that. I'd really like that. And I guess for one that's not necessarily a priority for me, but one that I would be happy about, I guess I'd go for, say, maybe the GBA Fire Emblem games.
Never played them.
I know. When I say Fire Emblem in the context of a Smash channel, I'm likely to be hung.
No,
so,
you're not. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're more than welcome to have an opinion. I said, like, I just haven't played a Fire Emblem game, so.
Yeah.
I mean, with my micro SD, I'm planning to hopefully play through Three Houses at some point and give it a go. I'll probably download the old one just so I have it. But I must say, I am shocked. I was convinced you'd go for Golden Sun.
Well, the thing is with Golden Sun is that I don't want a remaster, I want a full-scale remake. Like, from top to bottom. Like, everything done. New art style, new, maybe a voice dub.
Let me cut you in there. So, would you like Golden Sun in the style of Link's Awakening? Like that style?
I'd like that, but I think that's a bit too cartoony. I need a bit more of an anime aesthetic for a Golden Sun game. So, you know, I'd like to see, you know those awesome illustrations they made for the cover art and the instruction manual. I'd like to just see a game with that style brought fully to life. Dark Dawn was almost that, but not fully. And if they were to, I wouldn't want a remaster of Golden Sun. I would want a full-scale remake, right? And I'd want them to also take the chance to address some of the game's flaws, such as the lack of a fast travel system. Maybe make some of the enemies, make all of the enemies appear on the overworld, so no more random battles. You actually run into the monster. All sorts of stuff that I could think to change. As where with a remaster, that sort of just implies there's a bit of a divide there between, like, you sort of just update the graphics and you don't change a whole lot beyond that. I want, for anything perspective with Golden Sun, go all the way, basically. So if we're just talking remasters, like I said, Kid Icarus Uprising, and maybe a Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem game, I like all three of them, just pick one.
I picked the one with Lynn.
That would be Fire Emblem 7.
I picked the one with the sword fighter in it. Sorry.
So anyways, do you understand my logic there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Golden Sun's, I'm the big Golden Sun guy here, like, because I run the second biggest Golden Sun media account on Twitter, Golden Sun Shitposts, which is just a meme account, which has like 1,600 followers, which in the context of Golden Sun is gargantuan. So I've talked that game up tons of times on this podcast here, but
yeah, he's the Golden Sun guy. I'm the old guy.
I'd take a Golden Sun remaster. I would want a remake.
Yeah, he's the Golden Sun guy. I'm the old guy.
Fair enough.
And then
And I'm the guy who's sexually attracted to Waluigi.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's creepy.
Okay. If I have to take any remaster, I have a question. Can I cheat a little?
Sure, go for it.
Thank you.
No, you're not allowed. SwitchStop says no. You can't.
No,
He stops it.
Yes, you have to obey the guest, and
He stops it.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna say is, I want a series collection remaster of the Mario and Luigi series. I love that series. I've got the whole collection on DS now. I'm playing through it as we speak, and I love it. And I just want to know the series isn't dead. I just don't want it to die, because no Mario RPG and Legend of Seven Stars, I kind of consider Mario and Luigi as a true successor, because Paper Mario kind of went in its own route. Mario and Luigi kind of refined the original Mario RPG for me and made it worthwhile. Well, not worthwhile, but more modern, if that makes sense. More fine-tuned.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I absolutely love the series, and with Alpha Dream's death, because Nintendo didn't care enough to buy them, and God, they didn't make the same mistake with bloody Next Level and let them and lose Next Level. Yeah, I just want to know the series ain't dead. Just that hurt. When I heard Alpha Dream died, that one, like, that actually really hurt me. just to know it ain't dead would be a god bless.
There's another one as well we all forgot, Mario 64.
I mean, I want a remake of that, including Waluigi. That's what I want. I want them to fix that mistake and add Waluigi into the game.
Well, I mean, that would have
I
been...
would say that, but I'm one of the people that really like Mario 64 DS, so
Oh,
I
I
would have
know.
said Mario 64 DS just so that you can add 360 control
Oh, I-
and
I
keep
prefer
all the
Mario-
benefits.
I mean,
Mario 64 DS over Mario 64.
I mean, wasn't there a lot of people that got upset because Mario 64 wasn't remastered, and also was it like widescreen they were complaining about? Some people. I don't know if you know Tom or Thomas. Sorry, do you like being called Tom?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't really care. It's Tom. Thomas.
I mean, it's like me, Anthony, and you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Doesn't really bother me.
From now on.
So people were complaining about that. I mean, to be fair, I mean, I was expecting it at first, but then there was a rumor coming out. Don't expect Mario 64 being remastered, and that there was a leak, and that was going around for ages before it came out. I'm thinking, right now I've seen this leak, and I don't believe a lot of leaks, but I don't know, something about this leak just rung true to me. And lucky I didn't get my hopes up too much because it came out, you know, Nintendo 64 graphics, but I liked it like that. So it's nostalgia for myself, but they could have done at least widescreen.
Yeah, they could have made it. They could have made it a lot better. They were definitely lazy with the overall port of All Stars. I mean, it's
and
games we love, so we're chilling. But
yeah, and then having it like, was it available to like March, and then it goes, the physical copy that disappears. Because you,
I don't know, man.
yeah, that's
I don't know
they're getting rid of the physical copies in March, so you can only like digital download it for some reason.
No, it isn't even digital download. It just goes.
Is it just disappearing in March, just completely, just no digital download either?
Yeah. Then right after they announce
Really?
for online, just to piss with everyone who bought the game.
Wow. It's the same with like the Mario. What's that Battle Royale game?
Yeah, but the thing with the Battle Royale one is that those servers are being shut down. You will not be able to play that after the end of March. If you bought the game, you will still be able to play it after the end of March. You just won't be able to buy it again for the 3D All Stars.
I better just buy it for the sake of it.
Yeah.
But
Just to keep it safe.
it's a shame. It's a shame with Mario 64 though. That's one of the other things I would like to see. And as WAH said, it would be great if they remastered it, but then added like another character, and Waluigi would have been great for that as well. So, but
Yeah, but imagine Nintendo actually caring about
listening.
Waluigi.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, I know Nintendo have made some like, you know, what you're doing sort of things in the past, but other times they've made actually good decisions. So, like finally fixing the creator program so I don't get copyrighted for like videos in Breath of the Wild and also music in Breath of the Wild. So that's good.
That was a whole debacle. That was crazy.
It was a horrible thing. C&J's disappeared, so I hope he's alright. So we don't know what he's going to be. Don't know what his picks would be.
I'll just answer for him.
Epic Mickey.
Well, I think Nintendo made, so I'll answer for him.
Okay.
Considering how he is, I'm gonna say he wants Brawl remastered.
I mean,
which automatically makes him based.
What is that? I don't even know. That's a new thing going about based, but I don't even know what that's supposed to mean.
It means awesome.
Epic gamer moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with that, I'm quite surprised they didn't put like Subspace Emissary in Smash Ultimate, because all the characters from Subspace Emissary are in that game. So
I mean, I feel like it would have to be another legal procedure and shit.
maybe.
Sorry. And I don't think it would be worth it in the end.
I mean, I played World of Light, but there's only so many times you can play that and all the other stuff on Smash, because even though you got all these characters, you ain't got really a lot to do apart from playing with people. So
Dead Prince in the chat says, "Aunt, you're a dad now. You're not meant to be down with the kids now."
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've crossed the threshold.
You're making dad jokes. That's all you're
Yeah.
All right.
You sound really tired,
I mean,
man.
that was a good. I mean, I appreciated everyone's answers for that. That was a good variety of games we got between the four of us, I guess. So.
I mean, you sound really tired, man. Actually.
Nah. I'm just a long day today, but you know, it's Friday. We got the weekend ahead of us, so you know, I will rejuvenate and be wide awake tomorrow.
Oh.
it's one of those things. I mean, you'll probably be very privy to this. Being a dad now, you'll probably have many a sleepless night.
I mean,
I don't know.
I've had like sleepless nights even before the baby was born. Just so
Of course,
my body kind of got used to it. It's like, and then
Yeah,
when
I mean, hey, fair enough, you're preparing. You're
yeah,
prepared.
my body's like, right, this is happening, so we're just going to wake you up all the time now. I'm like, oh great. Yeah, I'm old. But as you said, I'm looking forward to the weekend because I've got like, I'm going to plug this very quickly for everyone. If anyone doesn't know, I've got a massive thing I've been working. It's 2 years in the making. I've trained every single Smash amiibo ever, and now everyone's fighting them on my channel tomorrow at 4 p.m. UK time or GMT time. And everyone's going to verse a bunch of amiibos, and it's going to be going on for like at least 7 weeks because there's 70 characters, so 10 characters each time. Yeah, so and it's like it's viewers versus amiibo. So if anybody wants to verse or tune into that, it's tomorrow on my channel, AntKeepsGaming. Link in description if everyone wants to join or verse an amiibo, just for fun.
Shameless plug moment. Epic Gamers shameless plug moment.
What is it then? Where?
Epic. It's an Epic Gamer shameless.
Oh, me! I thought you was going to make yours. I thought you said my epic gamer moment. I was like, oh, okay. Let's wait for it.
All right. Actually, I have a question because we haven't actually talked about this yet. What are your thoughts of Sephiroth in Smash?
I think it's cool. I mean, I don't really have that much opinion, that much to say on Sephiroth, to be honest. I think he's cool. I'm still hoping for Rayman, pulling for Rayman, but besides that, I don't really care. I just want to see some more gaming icons. I want to see like characters that I knew of before they got put into Smash, and obviously I knew of Sephiroth, so I approve, I guess.
See, what Wad did, he asked the wrong question. What do you think about Steve in Smash? That's what you should have said.
That was hilarious. That was funny I thought that was so funny because people were raging about that, and I was like, I don't even understand why. I don't even understand how you get mad. Like, it's literally one of the most popular games of all time. Like, you can't say it's not, not deserved or whatever.
It's what a lot of YouTubers and bigger YouTubers said. I'm not mentioning their name because I've mentioned it so many times. But one YouTuber, a big YouTuber, said basically, oh, he just doesn't look right. That's why he shouldn't be in Smash. He just doesn't look right.
Look at like Game & Watch or like
no.
any other character.
Yeah.
The whole point of Smash is that it's the whole point of Smash is it's like a very varied roster. Like people were saying the same thing about Solid Snake back in the day, and now he's like one of the most beloved characters, and people had a crazy reaction when he got shown back in E3 of 2018. So that's all just like not being willing to adapt and change. I think Steve's cool. I think all the fighters so far have been somewhat cool. Yeah, for the most part, I think they've all been somewhat cool. I will leave that there.
I like what Sakurai said. The whole range of it. First of all, you have like Min from like kind of like a newish sort of game. Then you have Steve he's from an old game, but like out there sort of game, and Xbox as well. And then you have Sephiroth, which is a completely old game back in the day and had a remaster lately. It's just crazy. So
it's ridiculous.
And people's reactions to an arms rep were hilarious.
Well, you forgot to ask your other question. Where?
Yeah. What was your reaction to an arms rep? Not Min, just
no, not that question. Where you forgot the other question. What do you think about Jonesy in Smash?
Yeah, no, they're saving Jonesy for Pass 3, obviously. They need to save some hype.
Yeah.
Do you think they're doing a Pass 3?
Honestly,
it's a possibility.
Do you want me to be honest? I feel like they didn't plan it, but after Steve crashed Twitter, I don't feel like there's a way they haven't at least considered it.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like you got to think about Steve. He broke Twitter. Sakurai noticed this. Nintendo must have noticed this. I think if we get, I don't know about now, but I reckon if we get another reveal like that breaks Twitter and stuff, and this is what I'm hoping that everybody takes note, no matter what character is next or next few characters, break Twitter, go online, break it, show Nintendo, show Masahiro Sakurai, and then maybe, with a shot of a chance, we might get past 3. And if we do get past 3, I think it's just going to be 3 characters.
Honestly,
I'd like to point out that while it wasn't as like humongous a cultural event as Steve was, Sephiroth was still humongous in that he pretty much overshadowed the Game Awards. he was all people were talking about
Yeah.
on social media, despite new game announcements, despite the awards. And people knew The Last of Us 2 was just going to win everything. So, like, after Sephiroth happened, a lot of people just tuned out. And that's understandable. And then, meanwhile, Japan, Sephiroth's reveal video was actually, like, got humongous traction because he was one of the definitely one of the most popular characters that were still outstanding. When we got Cloud in Smash and Smash 4 in Japan, Sephiroth was the immediate next request for a Final Fantasy representative. So it went over extremely well. So I think that now that we've had 2 inclusions that went extremely well back to back, I really do think that if maybe Class 3 hadn't been planned, they are absolutely heavily considering it. At least.
Yeah. No, I think you're probably right. I think they were probably considering it. I would be surprised, to be honest. I think Pass 2 is like a good place to end it. Honestly, at this point I don't even want more fighters. I want like either Echo fighters or new modes or stages or something. Like I think we have enough fighters. That's just in my opinion.
For me,
SpaceKing. Sorry, Wad was trying to say something. Go on, Wad.
I was just going to say, I actually would be down for a stage pass if it brought back all the cut stages.
Yeah, I want the pack maze. Pack maze was
Pack maze was amazing.
Just have everyone is just instead of everyone is here, just have everywhere is here.
Every stage is.
Fair enough.
So we should say in space.
Maybe in an updated version of Smash Ultimate, like for the next console, you could have every stages here.
I feel like for the next game, they for at least one, they probably are going to put Ultimate for at least the next one.
Don't know.
I don't think so. I think that's such a licensing problem to just do it again. I think Smash is taking a break for a while, and if they do another one like somewhat soon, it's not going to be as big as Ultimate in terms of
that. Or I think somebody said had a good opinion on something, which was Super Smash RPG. So it's like Smash characters, but it's an RPG instead. Now that would be cool.
Smash is suited for an RPG setting, honestly.
I'd also say it's suited for a racing setting.
Super Smash Kart. Let's go.
True.
I've always said about that as well.
Oh my god, guys. Finally, Captain Falcon goes back to racing.
Grand Theft
should have
Kirby.
been in Mario Kart. Really should have been. Boys, I hate to do this. I have to bounce. I have a meeting I have to go to. But thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Yeah.
It was an absolute pleasure. Had some fun, great discussions. I'll make sure to tune into future episodes. And yeah, thank you guys so much.
No worries, and thank you for joining us. Thank you for giving us a chance as well to come on the podcast as well. You know, in making time for us. So, and guys, if you haven't done already, please subscribe to SwitchStop. Why haven't you? Come on, he's been talking with us for over how long have we been going for? Like an hour and 17 minutes. And if you're not convinced by now, just do it because I said so. Thank you. No worries, and we'll see you guys. We'll see you next. I'm gonna say see you guys. I think I'm ending the whole episode. So thank you, Thomas. We'll see you next time.
No problem. Thank you guys again.
No worries. Right, see ya. Oh, he's got nothing to waste. He's a busy man. He's got his manager on the phone. Okay.
Hey, you can't blame the guy. If you're busy, you're busy.
No, that's fine. I mean, you know, as I said, he's been one of our he's been one of our biggest guests by far. I'm hoping this is another step to Choctopus. Only 200,000 subscribers away from him, so I'm hoping. Come on, Choctopus. That's all right. I want to talk Amiibo. I want to do some videos. Let's go. Huh?
That's when we get Alfred.
I don't mind get Alfred or Aaron Itmar. I will challenge him to some stuff he said. I will call people out.
I think it was Alfred actually. First he said Bayonetta, she got in. Then he said Joker, he got in.
Mm-hmm.
And I find it creepily weird how he almost got because he said Tifa next. I find it kind of creepy that he almost got that.
Well, I always thought like Game Explain had some sort of connection with Nintendo, because one, they had videos ready to go as soon as a video of Nintendo comes out, but also they get. Sorry.
They probably have connections.
Yeah, and they get stuff sent to him. I think it was Andre. He had Breath of the Wild. He had a Nintendo Switch, Breath of the Wild, and he had all the Breath of the Wild amiibos sent to him from Nintendo. That's so crazy. I wish Nintendo does that for me, but just like Smash Amiibo. Oh, I love it so much. So, but yeah. So while we're here, then we got us lot. We had SwitchStop. So big shout out to him. As I said, links to his Twitter and his YouTube in the description. Make sure you guys check him out. But it's nice to have the boys back and nice to be here. Nice to be back here on the podcast. So it's been a long time. So it really has. And SpaceKing is here. I didn't think I was going to see him today, but he is here. He's dragged himself to the podcast.
I mean, you probably heard me coughing and sniffling a few times. I've just started every time that I feel something coming on. I just like flip my headset, flip my microphone so you can't hear it on a podcast. But yeah, I haven't been doing so good. I'm probably going straight back to sleep after this.
I'm not probably as worse as you, but I haven't been feeling too good. Even though I streamed today, I had my camera off. I don't feel like having my camera on when I'm ill. Nobody wants to see me like sniffing and just the mess I am when I stream.
I'm still waiting on a test result on the human malware.
Yeah,
I'm not feeling good about it though.
Yeah, I got scared at one point. Like I didn't lose my taste, but my taste buds changed, and I was like, but there is like loss of taste and taste can change, and I was worried because I ate chocolate. It tasted like mint. I was like, oh, this tastes horrible, and it's just like, and then I got a test done and I was completely fine. I'm like, oh, thank God for that. So I'm hoping the same with you, my friend. I really am.
For me, it's like it's not a taste change. For me, it's a hearing change. Like some things sound more muffled than they should be, and I'm very worried about that because I have heard that there are, sometimes your senses are impacted by the disease, and I have a friend on Twitter who got the virus actually when it first showed up in the U.S. Like he was one of the first patients in the U.S. And I think he got it all the way back in February / early January. And he actually saw his hearing be impacted, and it did not fully recover until literally December. And I'm worried about that, and I hope I'm just sitting here borderline praying that I get a negative result on that test.
Yeah, we're all praying for you, man. Don't worry. So, but yeah, Dead Prince, I'm always a mess, yeah. So, but yeah, no, it's been good to... I think we should run for about 8 more minutes, I think, because the guest is not... Unless you want to go further, but I think 8 more minutes would be good. Be a good roundabout. Okay. So, how about you guys? You got any news? Oh, what did you guys think of Sephiroth? I didn't think I got you guys' opinion on it, because obviously I've been away.
I was laughing because I was right when I said Gino wouldn't be in this pass, and everyone was telling me I was wrong. I want Gino, let me make this clear, but I knew he wasn't getting in this pass.
Honestly, I don't even think he'd be in a pass 3 at this point. For pass 3, I'd see probably Neku from the World Ends With You, because World Ends With You 2 is going to be a big game for Switch.
If we get a pass 3, honestly, I feel like Chrono has a chance due to the fact that in the Virgin League, he did say 3 was seriously considered, and 3 were mentioned more than not, and they were Chrono, Sephiroth, and Dragon Quest.
But
I'd take either Neku or Chrono. Those are both good picks.
But the thing is,
you could see Chrono, but I also could see someone like Tubi or Lara Croft.
But the thing is, you got to realise as well, like you say about it was like wanted to put him in Smash, but the same with Gino with Smash 4. We couldn't get Gino in, but we did him Mii costume. But then it's like, as Papagino said in his latest video, said, what does he? Did he just lie about it, or just of the support? Did he not know of the support for Gino or something, or is it just the whole fact that all Smash 4 costumes are getting in and he's going to be last or something? But I seriously doubt it.
I mean,
I feel like
I think all Smash 4 Wii U and 3DS Mii costumes are just returning. That's the reason.
Yeah, I think that too.
That's the reason I'm saying if we get a Tales of rep, it's going to be Yuri Luel at this point.
Nah. Absolutely not. I think Lloyd Irving's in the game.
I do feel like Lloyd's coming. I think he's actually next.
I straight up feel that he's in the game because we had Heihachi before, and I feel like if we were getting both of our Namco characters back, I feel like if we were not getting Lloyd, I feel like he would have been there with Heihachi. Like, I feel like that's a telltale sign.
I mean, you say that, but Gil wasn't there. He came later, so I don't think that's true. Because keep in mind, Gil also didn't come back, and he just randomly returned later on with Steve.
Yeah, but anyway, there's something else as well. Like, it's a good point what Papagino said. I'm always referring to Papagino's. He said like the reason why Lloyd hasn't shown yet, and I do think Lloyd's in his past. Don't get me wrong. That's what I personally think. But what Papagino's pointed out is that he's because he's got like kind of a sword, like a samurai sort of sword. I think he said, he's more likely maybe going to come. Yeah, katana. He's more likely going to come with Ryu Hayabusa as the Mii costume instead of him being a character. Because it's like, if you think about it, it's like Gil had like a blue sword, and then Steve had like a bluish kind of sword. Then it was it Heihachi with Arm's fighting game character. It's just the Mii costumes lined up with the DLC fighter, whoever it was, if that makes sense. So we could get Lloyd Irvin for a Mii costume, but then we get Ryu Hayabusa. So.
But then again, we're assuming we're even getting Ryu Hayabusa in the first place. While I admit that it's a very likely inclusion, a lot of people don't take a step back and realize that Capcom and Koei hate each other, like to a borderline religious degree.
Yeah, but this is not like them working. It kind of is, but it's like they're working with Nintendo more than with each other, really, and making a business deal with Nintendo.
I mean, it's a business duel, but at the same time, it's just like, do they want their big character featured alongside Capcom's big character? And that's the $1 million question on Ryu Hayabusa.
Mm.
I feel like Smash is somewhere you'd be dumb to say no, but honestly, Ryu Hayabusa is not in my predictions.
Yeah, he's not in mine, but I think Lloyd's next.
But I will say this, and I want people to come back to me because I really am believing this at this point. So if I'm right, you'll be hearing me brag about it for the rest of the podcast. If not, in the classic YouTuber style, we'll never mention it again. I'll brush it under the rug.
I'll mention it all the time.
I'm epic YouTuber, man. Hack 9 is going to be Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear.
An Arc System Works character? I could believe that.
Yeah. So, keep in mind, with the next character, I honestly think it's going to be a similar case to Terry, and every time I think about it, Soul just feels like a perfect matchup at that point.
Just a quick question.
They wouldn't do Ragnar. You'd say they do Soul.
I feel like Ragnar is a second. If you get a second Arc System character, then yeah, I could see Ragnar, but Soul would have to be first.
Okay, well, I've got a few questions to put towards you guys. So, the first thing is, do you believe the whole company theory? I don't know what you call that. So, there's a thing going around, like we got...
the theory that the same companies in past one will be approached again.
Yeah, so like we've got Steve and Banjo, that's both Xbox. What do you think of that?
I don't see it for SNK due to the simple fact that they have so much content. I don't know. Well, they could get more content in. I feel like it wouldn't be kind of unneeded at that point. So if it did happen, I'd say it would either be Metal Gear or Kyo, and not Metal Slug, as Metal Slug or Kyo from King of Fighters. For Sega, I could see it, but it's still not in my predictions. But if we do get one, I think it's between like 3: Eggman, Al-Naja, or Demi-Fiend, or another.
Tails.
Demi-Fiend's one that I don't see a lot of people bringing up, but I think he has a good shot.
SpaceKing, that is the theory. Characters that we can't even predict are the ones that are getting in.
No, I mean, but when you talk about the context of Sega, everybody immediately jumps on Dr. Eggman at this point.
Yeah, because of the villain thing, yeah.
But I think that Demi-Fiend actually has a really, really good shot because Shin Megami Tensei has been hyped up throughout the Switch generation. And we get the remaster of 3, and then we're getting 5, and 5 was like one of the first Switch games that were confirmed. So I think that Demi-Fiend has a surprisingly good shot.
Yeah. So the other question I was going to put to you guys, there was a leak going around that obviously I don't believe it, but I just want to know what your guys' opinions on it. The last 3 fighters are Sorry. Yeah, but
around.
But the leak that stood out to me was this one, so I want your guys' opinion on it. I think it was the latest leak as well that someone covered. I can't remember who it was. So the 3 final characters, which we don't know, is Ryu Hayabusa, Doom Guy, and Rayman. What did you think? What do you think if those are the 3 characters we got, and what do you think of those choices?
You want my opinion on the leak?
Yeah.
It is bull. I feel like the person had a bit of information on Sephiroth, but if I don't see Sephiroth being the only out there character.
BRB, guys.
I feel like we're seeing at least one more out there character. And when you have one out there character and all the rest are basically some of the most basic predictions you can come up with minus Crash.
I don't even think Sephiroth was that out there.
I feel like it was more out there because people would always say, number 1, Final Fantasy's never getting more content because it's Final Fantasy. And 2, I feel like people kind of just pushed off the idea of a third-party series getting a second rep. Like in general. So I would say it was out there, but not unpredictable.
Sorry. What did you say? Sorry, I was on BRB.
It's way too safe potentially minus Sephiroth, depending on your standpoint. I am genuinely convinced we're getting at least one more out there character. Which is going to be so bad, by the way, he's totally in.
From my perspective, I think the leak is totally fake. And the reason that I do is because...
Oh, I know the leak's fake. I'm just saying, what do you think of those 3 characters? Like,
Steve and Sephiroth weren't that out there of characters, considering they were rumored during Fighters Pass 1. Like, if you don't remember, there's the Legend of the 7 Squares rumor, which is this list of characters, and Sephiroth was listed as one of the characters that were heavily considered. And if you just did the logic in your head, it's just like, well, Final Fantasy VII doesn't have a lot of content in Smash, and there are rumors that Cloud barely made it back into the game. Maybe the reason he barely made it back into the game was because Sakurai recognized that Cloud's representation of Final Fantasy VII wasn't going to cut the mustard in the context of the representation that other characters were going to get. So he instead went to Square Enix to say, hey, we need to increase this. And maybe Square Enix told him, okay, you can increase the Final Fantasy VII representation, but you need to make Cloud DLC. And he obviously said no, because that would ruin Everyone Is Here. And instead, he went the alternate perspective, said, I'll just make Sephiroth DLC and increase the FF7 representation. That's how that plays out in my head. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
You mentioned one interesting in the Sephiroth presentation, though, which kind of confirms a viewpoint which I had. It's multiple companies they have to deal with for the other stuff like Spirits and Music. It isn't just Square Enix. Some cases they do need to approach as one company, but correct me if I'm wrong, but for stuff like Advent Children Music, I heard they had to have to approach Sony.
Yeah.
I'm not... And that kind of shows the fact of why it's probably so hard to get this other content. I don't... If you want my honest opinion, I feel like people really overplay how hard Square is to work with. I think they are actually pretty easy in retrospect. But then you have to remember that stuff like Final Fantasy is legally screwed.
It's all the new music that they had to go and get word from Sony for.
It's just like 2 songs. It was just the Advent Children songs, but...
Oh, I thought it was all, because I didn't say specific any. He said in the thing.
No,
he just said...
that was just an example. Like,
I
was just saying, you have to approach Sony for some of it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you're going to get...
Owned by multiple.
If you're going to include further FF7 music than just the 2 songs that they had, there's no way you could get away with not including One Winged Angel. Like, it is the Final Fantasy VII song. So, yeah, if they had to go through Sony to get that, that definitely paints a picture of just how difficult this game is to maintain from a legal perspective.
So, that's my take. I don't feel like Square Enix is actually hard to work with. I just think Final Fantasy is hard to work with.
Alright, well, guys, if you want any more, I've really got to go, so...
I never really got to say my overall opinions and thoughts on Sephiroth, so I'll just go through that stuff real quick.
Yeah.
I did not expect it, but I'm not going to say that I was unhappy with it. I always felt that Smash needs more bad guys, and Sephiroth is easily one of the most iconic non-Nintendo villains in video game history, if not the most. Potentially only really rivaled by Dr. Eggman in that regard. So he's absolutely a worthwhile addition to the game. Someone that I know the forbidden term deserves, but he's someone that you could absolutely says needs to be here, especially with the other villains that we have. And I think that while his moveset's a bit on the, well, we've seen it as another swordsman, I don't even care because he is the anime swordsman. Like, he is the guy who started the trope, right? So I think that he's a great inclusion for all those reasons, and I think that if Sakurai couldn't get Gino, then he definitely made a strong choice with regards to Sephiroth. And he was a major surprise. I was sitting there, I was watching the direct with all my friends in our Discord, our private Discord, and when the video started and it was like the end of World of Light again, we all thought, oh, are they about to do an expansion to World of Light? No. It's actually a new character, and it's Sephiroth, and Sephiroth's here to assert his superiority over the true villain of the game, Galeem, which I just found awesome. He's there, and you could just tell from the way the trailer was set up, he wasn't even invited. He's there because Cloud's there, and he's having some time away from Sephiroth, and Sephiroth is there specifically to screw with him, and I love it.
All right.
Anyways, that's all my thoughts on Sephiroth, now that you got to hear that.
I have one more question I want to say.
Okay.
What are your past predictions now?
For me?
No, just like from everyone here.
Oh. I guess I'll go first because I really want to wrap up talking so I could go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'll say for my remaining past predictions, I think we'll probably get a really out there character, like someone that you wouldn't expect Nintendo to want to collaborate with. And I've seen some ideas thrown out for this, like maybe Gordon Freeman, or maybe something like, I guess you could say Crash, but people want Crash. It's just, would Nintendo collaborate with Activision? That's the question there. I think we'll probably get something really out there like that. I do still maintain I think we'll probably get an assist trophy at some point, just because Game Explain was talking about this and defending the prospect of this when really no one else was, and they've proven to have information before. And as for who it is, it's either Waluigi or it's Isaac. And I think that I personally think that Isaac fits the format of the Fighter's Pass better. Although, who do I know? Maybe it could be Shovel Knight, and I'd love that too, anyways. And beyond that, I think we'll probably get one more fan favorite. Someone like a Banjo, a character that a lot of people really want, a big crowd pleaser. I don't know if it's... I'm tempted to say Sora, but I don't know the logistics on Sora anymore. I could see Master Chief, but does Nintendo want to include two Microsoft characters in the same pass? That's a big question. If they're fine with it, obviously all bets are off. Master Chief's in, but yeah. So I think we're getting a crowd pleaser. We're getting something very, very unexpected, and we're probably getting an assist trophy. Those are my bets.
Alright. I guess I'll go next. My predictions are I feel like we're gonna get another Terry of sorts. So Bad Guy. I'm honestly, if I had to put money on one character now, it's probably Bad Guy, I'll be honest. After that, I'm gonna say I think we're gonna get a Capcom rep. And I'll be honest, I'm very split between Dante or Phoenix. I honestly think it could go either way. One
That's
side,
fair.
Dante's more marketable. On the other side, Phoenix has had a longer history of being demanded, and has a much stronger Nintendo roots. I feel like it's more down to what Nintendo would prefer. More expensive character is more marketable, or a cheaper character is more requested. And then we have what I'm gonna say. I'm either gonna say it's gonna be a first party. I'm leaning to Waluigi, but I could see someone like a Rhythm Heaven Rat potentially. Or I'm gonna say I think we could also get Sora, but I'm leaning to a first party.
That's fair.
What about you, Ant?
I think Lloyd's next. The last two, I don't even know. I could see Crash, but I don't know when. This is not in order. I know definitely Lloyd's next though, but Crash, and then maybe the first party, but I don't know. I'm unsure at this point. Definitely a first party though. So, but I can't tell you who. I'm just because all these Sephiroth and Steve, I don't know, it's completely thrown all my who I think I knew out the window. So.
That's fair.
Oh my God! It's Tails.
I mean,
Tails
you
has joined the chat.
anyways, Ant, do you at least get my logic there with my 3 picks, or am I crazy here now?
I mean, to be honest, I can't really tell you at this point. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I've really got to go myself, so we've got to end the episode. So
have a great day.
Yeah,
guys.
you too, SpaceKing, and get better soon. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Right. Well. Thank you guys for joining us on a new episode of a podcast approaches. We had SwitchStop earlier. Thanks to him. Check out him and all his links in the description. Please don't forget to check out our social medias that are in the description. And we'll see you guys on the next one. C&J, I hope you're okay as well if you're listening to this. And yeah, we shall all see you next time. Bye guys.